Hello everybody and welcome to today's daily devotional. I'm going to start by reading the scripture that we're going to look at today. And it's in Matthew chapter 9 verse 27. As Jesus went on from there, 2 blind men followed him, crying loudly, "Have mercy on us, Son of David." When he entered the house, the blind men came to him, and Jesus said to them, "Do you believe that I am able to do this?" They said to him, "Yes, Lord." Then he touched their eyes and said, "According to your faith, let it be done to you." And their eyes were opened. Then Jesus sternly ordered them, "See that no one knows of this." But they went away and spread the news about him throughout that district. These 2 blind men. Now it's a very similar story. It could be the same story in Mark's Gospel. We're going to focus on this depiction of it. These blind men were probably blind from birth. So they'd always seen darkness, never seen light, never seen rainbows, never seen God's creation. Felt it, because remember they can feel along people's faces, feel along the tree barks, smell, hear. They can't see. And because they can't see, they're classed as unclean, outcasts. So again, think about it. They cannot join in with the normal community things. In their Jewish culture, they were ostracized, often lived outside the walls of the city. These 2 men had themselves as companions, but they had no other family, no other people. Might have been other outcasts with them. A small community of outcasts together, like lepers. Anyone with a deformity, a disfigurement, a difference was unclean. And they hear about that Jesus was doing miracles, things. And what do? It says they followed him. They went and checked him out. So they followed him and then they called out, "Jesus, Son of David, have mercy on us." That's their prayer. That's the effective prayer. They had said who Jesus was. Have mercy on us. God cannot help but be merciful when we have a heart to ask him for his mercy, because we're then probably really at the right place. We're so low. These 2 men were so low. It reminds me of the hemorrhaging woman in Luke chapter 8 verse 43. For 12 years she's bleeding. Again, she's ostracized. She's unclean. It states it in the Old Testament. The woman was unclean for 7 days. And she had to be out of the house for 7 days when she had her periods. And they come around once a month. Oh my goodness, you're in, you're out. You're in, you're out. You're in the club, you're not in the club. You're in the community, you're not. But that's what they grew up with. But this woman for 12 years is ostracized, is lonely. And what does she do? She doesn't cry out with her voice, but she reaches out in the crowd. If only I can touch his cloak. If only I can touch him. Sometimes we're in situations where we feel we've got no hope. We're ostracized. We're made to feel unclean. Our life is full of darkness. We can't see the rainbows. We can't see the birds. We can't see God in anything. We have no hope. But the only hope is Jesus. Cry out the prayer, "Have mercy on us." Take the first step. Actually, God's already taken the first step because he's with us. He's right there. He just wants to see what we will say. Will we respond to his presence? Will we humbly say, "Lord, I need your help. Have mercy on me." These blind men heard. This woman, the hemorrhaging woman, heard about Jesus. They didn't know. They hadn't seen him before. But they think, he can do this. Why don't we give it a go? Why don't we ask? And out of the crowd, out of being a no one in the crowd, God came to them. God knew. He saw their hearts. Why don't we shout out in the darkness? Why don't we reach out to the unknown towards our God? And then he says, do you believe that I can? He didn't say, do you believe that you can, that it's all good, you're in a good... No, do you believe that I can? And they said, yes, Lord. This woman reaching out said, if only I can touch his cloak, I'll be healed. That was the faith step. And because it says, because of your faith, you have been healed. Because you trusted in me. Because you cried out for mercy, and I will give you mercy. And then I love it. Jesus says, now don't tell anyone. He's very stern. Don't tell anyone. If they're blind and now they can see, everyone's going to know. Because they'll go, look at the trees. Look at the sun. Look at the moon. They're going to know something's happened. They can't keep it quiet. Was that tongue in cheek? Jesus saying, don't tell anyone. He's basically saying, when God comes into your life, you cannot help but tell everybody. They'll see a difference within you. They'll notice a difference within you. So cry out effectively with this beautiful prayer, have mercy on me, Lord. And you would be a walking testimony to what God has done in your life and in other people's lives, because you might be crying out for somebody else's, cancer to be gone, whatever it might be. Lord, have mercy on me, a sinner, a no good person, a person who always I just can't get out of this darkness in my life. But you, are Lord, bring me light. You, are Lord, are glorious. And tell everyone about him. Tell him. Jesus doesn't want us not to tell. He wants us to be wise in how we share, but he wants the world to know about him because they need him. So be effective and come to him and cry out, have mercy on me, O Lord. Tomorrow I'll share with you some more effective prayers that are in Scripture. And know that God is with you. He knows your circumstance. Call to him. He is a God full of mercy. Have a wonderful, blessed day.